Hey guys, Rabbitry here, back with another Starcraft Broodwar Remastered cast, and today we have a old school pro game, probably from about 2012, 2013 or so, between Flash and Bisu, and we are on a map called Benzene 1.1. So for those of us that are up to date with the modern map pool, this is one that we probably wouldn't have seen for a very, very long time. And oh my gosh, what is going on here? We've sent out a probe on 4. This must be a 2-player map. I think I have played on this map in the custom once or twice. Anyway, so we have Flash playing against Bisu. We have Movie, we have Suck, and we have a few others, probably also pros in the same sort of group at the time, all observing this game. This guy's got 100 APM and he's watching. What the hell are you doing? How is your APM faster than mine and you're just watching the game? Alright, so anyway, this looks like some cheesy shenanigans that Bisu is up to here, because he's building a pylon kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Flash has built a depot and he's moving his SCV forward. Why? What are you doing with your SCV? Where are you going? This is not normal. None of what's happening in this game is normal. And he finds the pylon! How did he go? Why did he scout here? This is beyond crazy. What a strange start to this game. Okay, so two workers are fighting. And that's that. And he's bringing the boys! Here come all the probes! Here come all his SCVs to shut this down! So, this gateway is just going to get wrecked. He has pulled his SCVs. Behind this, he's building a barracks. And that's basically that. And over at home, Bisu has a pylon and some probes, and that's that. So he's just basically going to destroy this gateway before any zealot can come out. And then the next thing will be the pylon. So a very, very, very unfortunate start for Bisu. I don't know how Flash knew to look here, honestly. And the timing of his scout didn't make sense. It wasn't... you would usually scout after barracks or even a little bit later than that, particularly as a Terran player. So Bisu's counter to stay in this game is the offensive gas steal. This is insane! What a weird start to a game between two of the world's best players of all time. We have an offensive gas steal, we have a shutdown attempt. He left the pylon here, I don't know why. It was an easy kill. Giving supply for nothing. Alright, so gateway's not coming up at home, and that's about that. So no gas of his own as of yet. Is he building a zealot? What is he even doing now? Alright, so the gas is just there. Nobody's building any marines. Flash's solution to this early finding of the gateway and shutting that down is to take a really fast expansion, basically the equivalent to a gases expand, which is the reaction if you do have your gas stolen as a Terran, one of the number of options that you have. So he's gone for a command center and now he's building his first marine, anticipating that Bisu's probably only going to have a zealot at worst to do anything on the map. So he does have one zealot, and he's also taken his nexus. So whew, what a weird first 4 minutes, but we can take a breath. We have he's building his gas on the low ground. He's building his command center on location. He's got a barracks building marines. No factories yet. He's leaving Bisu's offensive gas there for the time being. Bisu's building his nexus. He's getting his own gas going. He's getting a cybernetics core. So this game is now starting to take shape. He sent his marines down to kill this pylon so that the supply that it was giving needs to now be spent again, so Bisu will lose that 100 minerals. And here we go. So he's established his natural, and Flash is just about to establish his natural in what has been quite a crazy game, to say the least. Alright, so I expect the next thing Flash is going to do is just get rid of this simulator, because it does give the opponent incredible amounts of vision. You can really see quite deep into Terran base with that assimilator. It's got one of the biggest sight ranges in the game for some weird reason. Okay, so we are 2 gates goon with range coming in. We will probably see when he has the gas a robotics facility coming into play. Flash is throwing down a bunker, anticipating a little bit of goon pressure. He has put 2 Marines in there only. He's not making a third. He's going to bring down the bunker to the barracks to form his wall, and he's now building his first factory. Okay, so this game is now becoming a more conventional PvT, as you would expect it to be. A weird little pylon placement up here. This is a strange map with these like layers over the top and this power station that can block you off, and it's all very bizarre. Anyway, so SCV is running in to try and get the scouts. Everybody is chasing him. 2 probes, a goon, but he gets in anyway. Alright, so he gets to see, okay, so you've got 2 gates, you've got range on the way, you've got no citadel, you've got no nothing, so I don't need to worry about an eBay. I don't need to worry about taking any preventative measures yet. What am I going to build? I'm going to build a starport. And I'm going to build an academy. Alright, so this is a fairly conventional Terran build that Flash seems to be progressing into. Difficult to say with any degree of confidence who's actually in the lead here. I think shutting down the initial harassment was pretty good from Flash. He then took the opportunity to gas this expand when Bisu stole his gas. Bisu quite calmly then just took an expansion himself, got up to 2 gates. He's getting his robo going now. He'll probably then follow that with observers. Whether he's going to play Reavers in this game, I'm not sure. To move further forward and I think to take a lead in this game, he's going to put up a 3rd. I don't think that Flash is in a position to move any units onto the map at this stage, which is the purpose of these Dragoons hitting the bunker. Yes, you do it because it forces the repair. Yes, you do it because it denies a bit of mining time. But the other reason you do it is to force out the tank and to have the Terran player prioritize siege mode over mines or vulture speed, which gives you the time as Protoss to take a 3rd base without any real harassment opportunities or concerns. So his 3rd is up, and Flash is in absolutely no position to get any units out to do anything or to bother anyone. Another command center being built, so Flash is pushing forward now to take his own 3rd. Where he would look to do this, I would presume would be over here. I don't know this map very well, so maybe over here as well. We'd have to just keep an eye on where he flies that command center. And also we need to keep an eye on whether Bisu is on the lookout for this and if he's going to try and block it with his Dragoons. Oh wow, okay, so I've missed a dropship being built, but here it is, and it's got 2 tanks in it. So where's he going to go? I think he's going to try and harass the 3rd. So much for me saying it's impossible to harass a Protoss if they have got Dragoons on your front doorstep. Not if you Flash, nothing's impossible. But let's drop some tanks. But Bisu's ready for this. He's going to cut this off. But he's dropped the tanks. Oh no, and he's going to get probes here, but the evacuation is so fast. But they hit siege mode and he's walled in. He can't get to these siege tanks. This is super tilting. Unfortunately for Flash though, the probe pool was really good. He's sending the probes back though. So they're going up and they're going down. This little passageway is super annoying because he can drop them again, which is what he's going to do. But he's got himself a goon on the ramp. He's taken out the siege tank. Sorry, the dropship. He's got 2 goons here in pretty close range of the siege tanks. They're not sieging up. He should be able to clean this up without too much of an issue. But really scary drop play from Flash, but super quick responses from Bisu. I think he took minimal damage there. That was really well done. Meanwhile, this command center is now finished, and he's floating it. Where is he going to put it though? Is my question. Alright, so moving forward with a couple of Marines, a tank and a vulture, and he's building a bunker to try and protect this position now. So pushing forward a little bit. Meanwhile, it's not stopping with the dropship harassment. These guys, this multitasking is insane. Build a bunker, set up a 3rd expansion, maybe lay a few mines, fly around your dropship. I mean, it's just out of this world how good these guys are. Okay, so he's landing it. Bisu flying an observer in. Yeah, okay, so you're on 4 factory production. That's good. So you're going to start putting in some pressure. Oh, I see another dropship. So your dropship's not... You've rebuilt it. You didn't give up on 1 drop, and that's that. Now, is his observer... Okay, so his observer sees the 3rd. That's, I think, what I wanted to know. And so Bisu's moving in a few units. He's sending in another observer. Got a pylon over here to block this expansion, or just to give him some vision on it. Okay, well, so now we've got 2 dropships. What is in use, sir? 2 vultures and a siege tank, 2 vultures and a siege tank. Alright, where are you going? Okay, so his Flash is multitasking brilliantly again here, laying mines with his vultures over here to force Bisu's dragoons back a bit. Alright, so actually pretty good awareness from both players. Apologies, I just realized my digital volume was off, so I've just fixed that. Anyway, so now we're hearing some game sounds again. So for that weird period of time where there was no game sound or no digital volume, my apologies. Alright, so we're posturing back and forward with our dropship and our vultures, and we're really keeping Bisu on our toes. Bisu seems to be macroing up like a madman off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gate production. He's got his citadel, he's probably got speed coming in. He's getting carrier. Okay, so that's now going to be very, very interesting, because it does kind of put Flash on a little bit of a clock. If Bisu gets up enough carriers, there's usually very little that Terran can do about it. But if he scouts it early enough, then Protoss is going to be under a lot of pressure. Usually there's a timing window that the Terran can move out with their factory units and basically kill the Protoss. So if we just look at the situation now, though, again, so ready for this, beautifully done. The carriers have been seen, though, so he knows where they are, he knows to expect them, he knows how many there are. So now we can see he's gone with his 7 factories, he's making vultures, he's making Goliaths, and he's making tanks. He doesn't have 7, he's got 8. Wow, 8 fact production. Setting up this base, even though the pylon can see it, he doesn't care. That's Flash for you guys. Alright, so the carriers are now doing their thing, and there's some shuttles. I don't know what's in them. Alright, so there is some zealots in here. So many mines. Gee whiz, that's insane. Well, the observer's there, so he could clear the minefield. Carriers flying around. So Bisu is building sort of a hybrid style, so carriers with some ground support. How many Stargates has he got? He's got 2, they're not building anything at the moment. Coming in from multiple angles now to take down the mines here. Oh, these poor Marines. Unfortunate. Okay, so we're moving into the big fight here. There's a lot of vultures and not that many tanks, and Bisu's actually been able to get nicely forward here. Does pull away a little bit. He's got 4 carriers, shuttles, observers, zealots, a whole nice mixed bag of units. Pulls away, doesn't fancy the engagement over here. Maybe gonna run around and try and pressure one of Flash's bases. See where he goes with all these. So kind of split the army off now, so the dragoons with the observers going this way. Some units are just sort of parking off here, and the carriers are moving this way with the shuttles. But the Goliaths are well and truly prepared for that. Meanwhile, Bisu expands again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running bases at the moment. Versus Flash's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 base to 5 base. I'm concerned for Bisu. I think he's going to have to... If he doesn't kill Flash soon, he's not going to be able to. Simple as that. Flash just scanning to see if Bisu's taken this base. He hasn't yet. I think he's going to be feeling really confident with his position. This PC seems like he's just about to go and take it. All these units are kind of pulled in here. So the carriers have gone in to do a little bit of damage. It was a zealot drop / carrier attack on the main where all of Flash's production is. His units are sort of struggling to get around the path here, but they have gotten through. He's got a few Goliaths, but they're taking quite a bit of time to get to the fight. So Bisu's getting a decent amount of damage here. But once these Goliaths get close enough, the carriers are going to have to start to retreat, because at this stage of the game, don't think there's enough of them to overwhelm with critical mass. It's close, but I still think he has enough Goliaths. Where the hell is this damn zealot that's chowing away here? Okay, no, I still hear him. There he is. Just got tidied up there. He was at that depot at the top. Alright, so we're going in again with our carriers and our shuttles full of zealots. And Flash seemed a little bit more prepared for it this time, but perhaps not as well as you should be. There goes the science vessel, and the starport could well be next. Another 2 carriers join the party. This might just be too much carrier power, man. Flash is still maxed out though. And he's kind of chilling with a number of units here, so he's comfortable that he's got enough Goliaths to just keep the carriers at bay, while pooling his forces here to potentially march on 1 or 2 of Bisu's mining bases. Okay, so here he comes to engage here against the ground. This is basically vultures. The vultures killed all those High Templars in a flash. I think Bisu realizes that his carriers are going to have to help, or he's going to lose all of those units. So he's consolidating his forces together into one place. And then is he going to take a big fight somewhere? These vultures are just chasing these retreating dragoons and picking them off for free. Okay, so he circles around again. Does he just go in here and kill this base? It seemed like a really, really beautiful opportunity. It's 3 cannons and a goon. Should be a piece of cake. Alright, so this base is dead. There's no ways that he can save it unless he pulls his whole army in, but his option is to counterattack. So he's going to go, alright, well if you want that base, I'm going to counter this base. Can you go after this SCVs, please? Alright, sending in probes here. So Flash is going, alright, well I'm going to take this base, and I'm going to send some units here to reinforce. Okay, so the carriers have come in, and this base is dead. Flash is pulling his units across. I think he's probably going to fight these carriers head on. What is in this army? Goliaths. Lots of Goliaths and tanks. I think he's got enough to take these carriers on. I really do. Yeah, I heard a carrier die. I think we're going to hear that sound more and more and more. Meanwhile, Flash has got enough here to take down this base. There's nothing left, so that base is going to fall. And this is going to fall too. Do the carriers get away? I think they do. But I also don't think that that's going to matter much. Flash is just building more and more Goliaths. He's got 8 Goliaths coming out at a time. He's building 2 more command centers to re-establish his lost bases. And he's building some tanks. And Bisu has managed to save this base, although he lost the Nexus. Building some Dragoons, got a DT there. He's got this up and mining again. It's really, really close to Flash's home though. Flash has still got this huge mech army. What are his upgrades? 3-3 as you'd expect, or 3-2 I think it is. And the carrier count hasn't really grown. It's kind of stayed at about 6 the whole game. And I think that's been a little bit of a problem, because the Goliath count, on the other hand, has certainly grown. And not by a little bit, but by a shitload. And that is giving Flash the advantage for sure. Alright, so he's positioned a tank up here. This base is very dead. Meanwhile, Bisu is looking to check if this base has been re-established. It hasn't. So he's deciding to try and pressure this bottom right base, where another command center is coming up, and there's a lot of SCVs to be picked off. My biggest concern though for Bisu is that he just doesn't have enough critical mass for his carriers. And Flash is just able to macro so fiercely and produce so many units. Even this base that Bisu's now come to try and harass, Flash is going to clean that up without too much of a problem. So the Goliaths galore are fighting. Interceptors are dying. Is he getting any direct shots on the carriers? Not right now, but he's going to if he comes close. One here is a little bit critically red, but there are so many Goliaths here. Picks off that DT without an issue. Alright, so this base is going to go down, and I think if that does, that's going to be the end of it for Bisu. He's got this base, which has got barely any probes at it. He's got this base, which is very, very vulnerable. He's got this, which is nearly mined out. He's got this, which is basically got one probe mining at it, so it's virtually been conceded. But there's nothing left to mine there anyway. And Flash is moving his hordes of Goliaths across the map again. Essentially try and take this map base down. I think he thought that this was open because he's just floating a command center here and he's like, wait, what? Why am I being shot with cannons? Please don't lose your command center to cannons, Flash. That would just be uncool. Alright, so another big fight here. Goliaths galore. These carriers are not killing enough Goliaths. There's just not enough of them and there's just too many damn Goliaths. So the interceptors are being picked off left and right. Flash floated his command center away eventually when he realized, oh crap, you have this base? Okay, well I'm going to go kill it. And Bisu, anticipating that this is where he's going to go, taps out because he knows, I'm going to lose this base, and if I lose this base, I lose this game. Flash versus Bisu, guys. What a privilege. Old school game, old school map, a lot of fun. I'm Rabbit a variety Brood War caster. I cast Brood War on a regular basis, so if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, ciao for now.